Hey y'all, so just got done with today's testing workout. It's a benchmark called DT. We'll do it a few times a year, but we like to always include this in our benchmark week. So you'll see this one more than most of the other workouts you'll see. We love it because it's heavy barbell, but you got to cycle, so you kind of have to take the techniques that you've learned with the heavy barbell, but also add it in to all the cardio and metabolic conditioning. But since it's heavier, you don't really have that just push. You got to deal with that kind of anaerobic kind of dizziness the whole way and manage pacing. So this is an amazing one because if you come out too hot and then if you just pace it right, you on the exact same day can be 2 to 3 minutes apart. So it's just a nice mixture of barbell technique, needing to be strong but also needing to have that engine, and also needing to know your body and pacing. So we've got 5 rounds for time, 12 deadlifts, 9 hang cleans, 6 jerks, 155, 105, and this should be between 45% and 65% of your best ever jerk. They can be split jerk, anything. Most weight you've ever had over your head, we're gonna get something in that range. So remember, on these testing workouts, we like you, if you're setting it for the first time, we like you to overreach a little bit. That way, as you get stronger and fitter, that number moves closer and closer to here, and hopefully as you keep bumping up and going through those cycles, you get closer and closer, or you stop by using the RX weights on these workouts. So a few things about it. One is what we see so often. I think the fastest in the world do this like 5.5 minutes, something that's absolutely ridiculous. But keep that number in mind, 5.5 for the fastest in the world. We watch so many people come out on this workout, even in our gym, come out and have 40-second first rounds. Do the math, 5 rounds times 40 seconds. That's so far faster than world class paced. Oh God, obviously can't talk. That's what this one's gonna do to you. Try and talk afterwards. Anyway, it's so much faster than world class pace that, you know, average, even advanced CrossFitters don't have any business trying to go that fast in the beginning. So this one's real tricky. And in that first round, you really have to break it up way more than you think, and you got to go way slower than you think and take more rest during your breaks than you think, because it's not about rounds 1 and 2, it's about rounds 3, 4, and 5. And what we see, and you'll see it on mine, is I came out a little too fast and I got blown up hard, and I don't know what my splits were, but that last round might have taken as long as the first round and a half together. So anyway, we got 5 rounds for time, 12, 9, 6. Choosing a weight, whatever weight you're choosing, if you're going a little on the heavier side, you got to make sure you're really comfortable with the jerks overhead, because stuff gets real sloppy in this workout. This is kind of classically the blow up your lower back workout. This is one classically people just throw weight belts on and they still blow up their low back. So just remember, we've got deadlifts where we got to draw in, we've got hang cleans where we got to draw in, and we have a push jerk, and when people catch, they usually overextend. So we've got 3 movements where you really have to focus hard on bracing that core the right way. And if you forget about it and you get to round 3 and you've forgotten about it the whole time, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt hard. This usually smokes people's lower backs. So let's talk about some more strategy stuff here. First of all, to do a hang clean, the rules are you have to deadlift it first and then come back down to the hang position. Or if you're linking them, that's fine. You can go from that front rack back to the hang, but you can't go from the ground, come up and pause at the hang. You got to stand up and come back down to it. So because of that, we want to think of the deadlifts as 11 deadlifts and not 12. Because if you do 12 deadlifts, put it down and rest, you're going to have to do a 13th that doesn't count for anything to get in position to do your hang cleans. But if you do 11, put it down, you can do your 12th, come back down for your hang cleans and get going. Same thing happens here. To do jerks, you got to have that bar in your front rack. So if you do 9 cleans, put it down and rest, you're going to have to clean it again to get ready for the jerks. So think of this as 11 deadlifts and 1 deadlift and 8 hang cleans and 1 clean and 6 jerks. You got to do all 6 unbroken. If you break it up into 3 and 3, it adds another clean. It's a lot of extra effort you don't want to be doing. So it's if it takes a couple extra breaths to rest before you can pick it up to do the 6, you got to go 6 in a row today. So the other thing to keep in mind is grip for most people is the biggest issue, especially right now in Austin. I think today, the high is 106. Absolutely crazy. You can probably see how sweaty I am right now. But anyway, grip, even if you're not sweating, grip is a huge factor in this one. So what I like to do is break up the deadlifts into 2 sets and the cleans into 2 sets. And in the beginning, it kind of feels like a joke, but really remember, it's about setting up rounds 3, 4, and 5. And for me, even when I break it up that way on the cleans in the later rounds, grip really becomes the biggest factor. And that bar starts going out in front of me. I have to start chasing it down. I use a lot more energy than I need to. So on the very first round, I just do 11 just because I'm fresh. It's easy. Do 11, put it down. But then on every other round, I do 6, take a break. I do 5, take a break. I do 1 deadlift, and I do 4 cleans, take a break, pick it up, do 4 more cleans, take a break, pick it up, do 1 clean, which is the 9th, and then do the 6 jerks, and that's kind of how I go. So really what I'm trying to do is finish my first round in about 1.5 minutes, minute 45. For me, that's going to give me my best time. I knew I was in trouble today because I was thinking about a lot of other things, and I looked up at the clock after the first round. I think I was 1:20, something like that into the workout, and I kind of knew that was too fast, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm going to do okay today. And then I had my oh shit moment after my first set of cleans, put it down, and then it was like, uh-oh, I'm already dizzy, and I know as soon as you hit that already dizzy feeling, you're in a lot of trouble. So the other tip, especially on every workout, but especially on these workouts where you're just standing on your barbell and you got no change of scenery, it can get overwhelming, especially when you have the oh shit moment on the second round on your cleans. You start worrying about, oh, I have another set of cleans, then I got to go overhead, and then you're doing deadlift and all you're thinking about are, oh, I've got cleans, then I got to go overhead again. Just like so much that we do in here, you have to put those blinders on. And I did much, much better mentally when I told myself, I've been here 1,000 times, I know I'm going to get through it, all I have to do is the next set. So instead of looking at that barbell thinking I've got 9 cleans to do, I'm looking at it thinking I've got 4. Then I'm going to put it down, and I'm looking at it, it's like I've got 4 more cleans. Then I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, I've got a clean, and I've got my set of jerks. And then it's like, okay, I just have 6 deadlifts. So when I break it up into trying to only think about that, oh, it helps me so, so much. And whenever my mind starts wandering to what comes after that, I get really, really overwhelmed, especially in a workout where after every set, you kind of have that dizzying feeling. If you're already thinking about having to do the next thing and the next thing, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So those are my tips. Make sure it's 11 deadlifts, 1 deadlift, 8 cleans, 1 clean, 6 jerks. Manage the grip. I recommend breaking those suckers up into 2 sets. And then be prepared for that second round. The oh shit moment's probably going to happen in the middle of the cleans. Put the blinders on 1 set at a time. All you care about is getting the next set in. Don't worry about the rest of it. You'll be fine there. Just get the next set in. And then pace the first round in a way that's breaking it up more, resting more than you think. Because it's not about rounds 1 and 2. It's about setting up rounds 3, 4, and 5. If you're looking for at-home variations, we've got options in the description. We also have another WOD talk for the at-home variations. So we'll link to that in the description as well and on the WOD blog. Hope you enjoy this one. It's a fun one. Write down your scores. It's time to repeat, retest. Make sure you can replicate it in the exact same way. So hold yourself to those high movement standards so you can replicate it over and over again. Have fun with this one. Talk to y'all soon.